Oh yeah, what is up, guys? And today we got a little bit of a different type of video. We have our first product sent to us thanks to Fifine. Um Here's the box for it, as you can see. And so what is this? Funny story. I was looking for a mic to replace my AT2020 over here. This old ass thing. I had it for about 5 years or so, if not a little longer. And I was like, I think it's time to replace it. I was looking for a mic, and Fine. That is how I was told, is how they pronounce their name. Fine told me or asked if they want me to review their AmpliGame AM8, which is what you see right here. I was like, yeah, sure. It's a dynamic mic, which is much better for what I'm doing for streaming and all that, compared to my AT2020, which is a cardioid mic. So basically, here's an unboxing of it. Alright, so you get a little pamphlet there. There's a base, we'll get to that back later. And here's the actual mic. As you can see, you got your dials, your RGB control, your mic, your mute switch, your connectors, XLR, USB-C, and a monitor output. And here you have a 6.5 foot USB-C cable. And then here, as you can see, we have the base. So as you see, it comes with all the necessities that you may need, like the USB-C cable, a microphone stand, and the microphone itself. Unfortunately, I won't be able to test it today with a XLR connector. I don't have a mixer on hand at all, so that's just not something I can do at the moment. But what we can do is go over what I like better about this than the AT2020, because that is the only mic I have on hand right now that I have access to. Unfortunately, I did see that people were comparing this to the Shure MV7 in terms of sound and price range, how this is only about, I think, what, $60, $70, I believe. Maybe I think it's even 60. Which is absolutely crazy for a mic in this that sounds this great. For like a small time content creator like me, or small time streamer, it sounds really good. Definitely much better than my AT2020, which was mounted way above where this camera is, and I was talking about maybe 2-3 feet away from it, and I had to tune it a lot just for it to peak a lot. But this mic hasn't peaked at all. The thing is, it has been tricky getting the correct sound out of it, or not the correct sound, sorry, the correct volume. It sometimes it's too soft, sometimes it's too loud. That's probably just on my end because I'm not used to a dynamic mic. But other than that, it's been great. It hasn't peaked when I shout at it. It hasn't peaked when I basically just rage and scream when I've been playing CS and all that, which is basically what I want, because it really doesn't sound good when I peak. But let's see what they got. They got RGB. Let me turn this on real quick. Whoa, RGB. So yeah, if you want to add RGB to your setup, this is how you do it. If you don't have enough RGB. So you can go through colors. As you can see, unfortunately, I know you can hear the handling noise. That is one of the biggest issues of this mic that I have. If you tap the mute button right here, it goes to red. That's how you know it's muted. Green, it means you're unmuted. I know you can hear when I hit the mic to mute myself, which is, I meant, it's fine. Here's the thing: when the RGB, you're gonna set once and forget it. You're not gonna set it more than that. Especially probably not when you're streaming or whatnot, or video recording. The mute button, I guess, when you're on stream and you're muting, that would be an issue, like a slight thump. But if you press it gently enough and not just smack your mic, you wouldn't have an issue with that. It is mounted on a boom arm, which I have the. Let me check if I have the stand somewhere. Stand is right here. Stand is. Oops, sorry. Stand is hefty. You can mount it, put it right here, right in front of you. It's not moving. It's not moving at all, which is really, really nice. And so I'm talking about maybe like 3, 4, 5 inches away from the mic right now. And I'm pretty sure it's giving an adequate and volume enough. And it's great because it's since it's a dynamic mic, it's basically right in front of my mouth, which means it will pick up. You just have to tune a little bit, but it won't really pick up any background noises like computer fans, mouse clicks, and all that, which is great. That's something I struggled with the AT2020. And so let's just get into the comparisons. Here is the Fifine AM8 talking about half a foot away from the top of the mic. Alright, this is the Audio-Technica AT2020 talking about a foot away from the side of the mic. Alright, yeah, as you can tell, the AT2020 had a lot more background noise just because of the way, the mic picks up sound compared to the AM8. So both were recorded at 100% gain, both in software and the Fifine is the only one with a gain dial, so both at 100%. If I were to talk even closer to the AT2020 or farther away from the AM8, as you know, AT2020 I would have been louder, even louder than I was, and the AM8 I would have been softer. But it's not really apples to apples comparison. One is a corduroy mic and this one is a dynamic mic, and they both have their uses. But just for stuff like streaming and for content creating or voiceovers, you really do want to get a dynamic mic. And I really think that this is probably a great starter mic, or a great budget mic to start, or even get into it. Unfortunately I can't compare to something like the $300 MV7. I just don't want to buy it because I'm not spending $300 on a mic when something like this can satisfy everything I need. Again, unfortunately, I can't look at the XLR connection. I can't test the quality of it. I don't have a mixer. That is something I was looking into, but I just couldn't get it in time for this review. Also, so let's get into the pros and the cons of this mouse. So, mouse. God, I'm so used to reviewing mice. All right, so we have the mute button, something I like. I don't have to mute myself in OBS or in Discord now with by clicking. I could just tap on my mic. There's RGB for customization, however you want it. There's an output where you can actually listen to it, or if you don't like it, it's somewhat like a little bit of like a DAC, but in your mic, which is pretty nice. I think it looks pretty nice, actually. The build quality is pretty nice. Unfortunately, it is made out of plastic right here. This whole body is made out of plastic, which is kind of but I don't think anybody's going to be throwing their mic, so it should be fine. And we have, you can see it's mounted on a mic arm right now, which is great. It comes with the base, all that. It comes with basically everything you need to get started, unlike something like the MV7, which I'm pretty sure it looks like requires you to get at least a mic arm or a stand. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't have one. Another thing is the RGB customization. It's just, it's anything you want, dude. All the colors of the rainbow. It's RGB, and it cycles too. If you like rainbow puke like I do, but some of the cons are, well, I just don't see myself using said RGB. In fact, I had to turn it off because it would actually glare into my monitor and I would not be able to see, so I had to turn that off. But if it's mounted off to the side, then it's probably fine for you. And another thing, as I said before, plastic build. I'm used to metal, as you saw from the AT2020. But that's just, I meant for $70, you can't really complain. And the last complaint I have is I can't mount it to the shock arm, to a shock mount. Sorry. So basically, any small noises like, I know you heard that. So yeah, but overall, I think this is actually a really good mic. Especially for the price point where it's at, priced at, I believe, 60. Let me go check on this real quick for you guys. Let's see. Right now it is $55 on Amazon, so I think that is actually a really good deal for something of this quality. I had a Fifine mic before. It was like the $30 one back in like 2017, 2018-ish. And it was all right. I see why it was worth $30, but it get me through. But this one, it's definitely a big step up, definitely, with the dynamic mic. And overall, I really think that this is, either if you're getting started or if you just need a spare mic, I think this could be something really good to look into. If you don't want to spend $300 on an MV7 or anything like that. But overall, thank you, Fifine, for reaching out and saying this to me. I was looking for a mic, as I said before, and this is replacing my AT2020. Thanks.